Hello, everybody. Welcome to Plastic Profiles. I am Agent Chuckles, and with me, as always,
Steve, the writing dad. What's going on, y'all?
hi. Well, it's time for another episode. All right.
All right.
No. The excitement is palpable.
Let it go.
Yeah. It is. It is time because we're here and we're recording,
Right.
and I know we're recording because I see the button right
Yeah.
there. I don't always see that.
That's important. That's kind of what you want when you do this.
It is what you want. Ideally, when you're recording a podcast on YouTube, is to have it actually recording.
Right. We've never had that happen before, ever.
No. It's only I've only understand this from other people's experiences, never our own.
Yeah. No. Product reviews. That's where I got it from. I was like, oh, make sure it's, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So as you might see, the Chuckle Cave is transitioning. I'm no longer.
I kind of missed the sheet. I gotta say,
I'm no longer on the other side of a emergency room patient with a curtain. Now I'm trapped in a closet, but that's okay. So fun thing for you is to you'll be able to tell which order you're watching the show based on when things start appearing in the background.
Yeah.
So if there's more stuff and then you watch one where there's no stuff, you're watching it in reverse order. I don't know.
That's right. No.
Yeah.
You went in on that. Like that.
Yeah. That was all off the top of my head too. I've had a couple energy drinks. I've rock starred a couple times today.
That's right. Let's go.
So what we do in Plastic Profiles is as quickly as we can, we break down and analyze a classic G.I. Joe character by their original file card. Then, and I'm using my hands to visualize.
That's right.
Then we look at that corresponding action figure, classic action figure, versus the modern classified interpretation to determine which of those two figures, sometimes three, but which of those couple of figures better is depicted by the file card. And today, because remember, we're starting with the Cobra freaks. We're getting another freak. He's not quite freaky, but he's different.
Look at that guy.
Copperhead.
Look at that guy.
He does not get a lot of characterization as far as what's in my mind. Like you can read this and you're like, well, I really don't get who Copperhead is. But we were talking before we hit record on this, or maybe it was during. After watching the Fast and the Furious movies, I think I kind of get an idea more so who he is. Maybe it was unintended, but I think I get it now.
Okay.
A little more, just the racing and all that sort of thing.
Okay.
Let's see, this came out in '84. So as an 8-year-old, I don't know that I had that that sort of lifestyle sort of in my head where you're driving around. I don't even know if the Fast and Furious movies do this. I assume they race at some point.
Yes. Well, not anymore. They don't really race.
Spoiler, I think they go to space.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
They might be racing TIE fighters up there. I don't know, but anyways, so let's get into Copperhead. Yeah. So here's his file card from 1984. Water Moccasin Pilot, codenamed Copperhead. File name.
Names. Yeah. Not to cut you off, man.
No.
But names like Cobra's really hitting it on the head with these, man.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a snake theme.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. In the beginning, I wondered where are they going to go with this, but then they're bringing it in.
Yeah. They're so they could have gone with Water Snake. If he specialized in pants, he'd be Trouser Snake
or Black Racer, because that's a snake. He's I'm going too far already, but still,
I don't know if I lagged, but I said Trouser Snake. I was like, He didn't even react to that. I'm not sure he heard. I'm going to say it
I was
again.
in the middle of saying something, and then when that came out, so I didn't catch it. But yeah, Trouser Snake, that would have been a name that would have stuck for life. Like,
Trouser Snake. Yep.
like,
Yep.
it would have been a wrap for him.
Yeah, that's it. No more terrorizing for me.
Like, these guys never take me seriously.
Yeah. He's gonna go make suits with I guarantee it. The Men's Warehouse. You won't look good unless I make your trousers. No, I guarantee it.
Right now, all I'm picturing is him like being all sad and modeling, and then there's music playing in the background, soft and sad. You see him taking off his helmet. Ooh, like I'm walking into Men's Warehouse trying to get tailored so he can get a shot.
Somewhere someone's walking by his beat up Ford Taurus, looking in there. They're seeing a terrorist helmet sitting in the passenger seat. You're like, well, that's weird. And then he's inside applying. But that's when they tell him, I'm sorry, we do all our applications online now. And he's like, I can't catch a break.
It's just, and then he goes back in the car.
Yeah, and he's trying to get signal.
He goes through his phone, and there's a picture of him with all his Cobra buddies.
Except it's an old BlackBerry, so it's a really grainy, old, bad picture. And he's got the little ball he's maneuvering around, like clicking. Poor guy.
He's so sad.
So sad. Trouser Snake.
What life.
What are you going to do, man? When you're that specific a Cobra Trooper.
Oh, God.
It's like, you got to diversify.
Well, you know what?
Your bonds.
We're going to end his story on a good note, because after he gets all sad, he walks and he decides to start stripping. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Is this a good note? Okay.
His Trouser Snake.
Oh.
Because he learns to hold it and
ladies, put two hands, make a great sound for Trouser Snake.
And then the sound of a zipper, like.
Okay, all right, I gotcha.
Yeah, and he's killing it, man. His only problem is like what to do with all the ones.
Oh well,
when they're throwing them singles,
that is
maybe.
a dilemma. Yeah. Well, let me tell you what I used to do with all those ones. So Copperhead.
Copperhead, that guy. Let's get it.
Water moccasin pilot, codename Copperhead, file name classified, birthplace unknown, nobody knows. Military specialty. Not that he's been in the military, but if he had one for Cobra, it would be air driver swamp vehicle operator. Or ADSVO. He was the ad. No, that's not a thing. So it is presumed that Copperhead is native to or otherwise intimately familiar with the Florida Everglades. Intelligence sources venture a guess that he raced speedboats in high-stakes racing in Monaco and Japan. Because it's all about family.
That's right.
His major weakness is gambling. Odds are that he got started by placing bets on his own races. Apparently, he compounded his folly by selling his services to Cobra in hopes of paying off his bookies. Oh, I know what happens. Everybody knows you can't bet on races, especially if you want to make the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, true. Mm-hmm.
So he was kicked from the league. He was banned from the league.
Yeah, done. He was like,
He was totally Pete Rosed. Gung Ho says, sure, I know the type. They're all around the Gulf Coast. Trash. Drifters. They can drive a swamp buggy like the devil himself. Rebuild a V8 with a coat hanger and spit. What? Oh, and spit, fight all night and raise Cain till the cock crows. They got a heart full of gimme and a mouth full of much obliged. That was in depth. It wasn't done in my best Cajun. I wasn't going to try to do Cajun because it would kind of sound like Gambit got punched in the mouth. Well, Gung Ho says, sure, I know the type. They're all around the Gulf, Why
are you moving your head? Why you?
Because he's sassy.
Got some sass.
Gung Ho says, sure, I know the type.
Let's be sassy.
He's sassy.
Oh, Jesus.
So before we get too far, I'd like to thank 3D Joe's for allowing us to use all these classic images, file card, the figures, packaging, 3D Joe's.
All of it.
3D Joe's, 3D Joe's, 3D Joe's, 3D Joe's, 3D Joe's, 3D Joe's, 3D Joe's.
Oh,
Say,
God.
so that took me down a detour of airboat driving.
Bravo.
In the Everglades in Florida. Oh, well, thank you. Tip my cap. So when I was researching, I feel like I'm screaming now. Here, let me get some more caffeine. When I was researching,
that'll help with the screaming. Like
airboat driving in the Everglades, I came across a rivalry: Captain Jack versus Captain Mitch.
Oh,
they're both tour boat drivers in the Everglades, airboat drivers that you can take tours with and maybe dump bodies. That's probably an extra charge. But like, if you go to their websites, CaptainMitches.com versus that got mixed up. CaptainJacksBoatTours.com. I believe it's the Captain Jack's Boat Tours. Doesn't expressly talk trash, but like they claim to be the best.
Oh,
and
really?
like they know each other.
Yeah,
Everglades ain't that big.
That guy. I'm not gonna say his name, but that guy over there, terrible. But you didn't hear that from me.
He's a real Captain Mitch, if you know what I'm saying. So this is interesting. So go check these guys out, particularly if you want to take a boat tour in the Everglades or dump a body. So if you ain't first, you're last. Airboats are flat-bottom vessels with powerful fans that are already masters of propulsion and speed, but that doesn't mean you can't play with the design to push them to get even more from the boat. Typically, a racing airboat will be a shorter and lighter vessel with a low-seated driver as opposed to a high-seated driver in a standard airboat. So if we think about the moccasin, which we're not going to really get into this because the boat doesn't really define the character as we look at it, because we don't do vehicles here. So the moccasin, he is seated lower as opposed to these guys who are sitting higher because they're just joyriding.
Big fan on the boat. He's sitting there.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll see a picture of what he drives here, of his ride here momentarily. Racing airboats also have a big ticket features such as oversized pistons and fully caged large propellers. Some racing airboats have a nitrous oxide system to supply their engine with NO2 for a more powerful burn and performance. Though this practice can be extremely dangerous and damage the engine if not properly tuned. If we know anything, we know Cobra takes delicate care of all their equipment, and particularly their pilots. No, they don't do any of that. I'm sure they've got propane or NO2 leaking, nitrous just flowing out. Rather than using marine motors, airboats have traditionally used an automotive engine from a car or truck, if you weren't sure what automotive meant, to turn the propeller, which creates the forward. I swear I copy and pasted that. I say that all the time, but there's no way that's not spelled right. To turn the propeller, which creates the forward thrust to move the boat through the water. These days, automotive engines are still widely used on airboats, though there are now specialist engines readily available for all types of airboats. Racing engines are also available. The massive motive. I swear, I didn't just, I think that really says that, but I don't know what that means. The massive motive power and propulsion driving airboats means that they can achieve speeds in excess of 130 miles per hour or 208 kilometers per hour for our other folks, for most of the world. So you can find that at www.flatbottomboatworld.com. So that gives you a little bit of what he deals with. So he's driving super fast. Yeah, like really, like yeah, it's like he just drank 2 rock stars.
Oh man, 130 in that like open. Oh man, that's wild.
You're basically strapped to a slip and slide, and you're going.
Jesus.
So this is the packaging that he originally came in. This is the box.
Okay.
He wasn't available on a blister card in this form. This came with the vehicle, and you can see he's sitting a little lower there. If you were to equate this to the tour boats, he would probably be sitting about where Destro is sitting in that gun turret.
Wow.
And I don't know why Cobra Commander has to ride the sides as opposed he should get the nice comfy seat, but whatever, that's
I like it.
His Highness is being gracious, I guess.
Yeah. It's like, no, Destro, that's where they're gonna shoot first.
Yeah. I don't plan on being here very long. Just pull over there, Copperhead. I'll just jump out.
Oh, that was good.
So here's a quick. His accessories, the water moccasin. And he has a pistol on his leg. That's it. That's all he's got. He does have an empty holster here, which would lead you to assume that he must come with a pistol, but that is not the case. No pistol, no nada. So yeah, cool figure. Great design. You kind of, I don't know if you get that. I mean, he's a driver of some sort, I think, because he's got the helmet and, but I don't know. Those leggings are unusual. With the tubing on the side, I think that makes me think of a diver suit type material. I think that's why.
Is it really?
I don't know what it is. I'm getting really close. Hey.
All
right.
A close up.
Yeah. So here's the classified Copperhead box and the art. The art was done by Oliver Barrett. You can find Instagram at Oliver Barrett or online at oliverbarrett.com. Great art. They treat him more for the moccasin. Copperhead is the accessory, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Here is where they actually treat him as a real character. You get an idea. You don't really get an idea of his personality, but he's going through this jungle pretty intense.
Yeah.
Maybe he's looking for his boat. Where did I park that somewhere around here? Man.
Can never remember where I parked this thing.
Yeah. So then here's a breakdown of the figure. So he's got 3 pistols. Yeah, because there's one molded on his chest. I'm like, nice. No, there's not. But yeah, he's got a backpack holster that he could put one there, and he's got a leg holster. He can keep one there. So he's pistoling all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got, of course, like I said, 2 holsters, and then he's got a big old machete, or whatever you call that. I call it a machete.
I'm gonna go with that. Yeah.
I was not thinking about
sling blade. Jungles, man.
Some folks call it Kaiser blade. I call it a sling blade. We're about to go off the rails. I got to focus because now I'm like, I like them biscuits and mustard. I like the way you talk. I like the way you talk. Oh, hey, I just brought it full circle because that boy is in the Fast and the Furious movies. He's like the kid in the Tokyo Drift, I think. I think that's right.
Is he?
Yeah, I know he definitely is. I'm just not sure which one.
Oh, but then that's actually pretty cool.
He's not Paul Walker. He's another white guy.
Oh,
with a funny southerny sounding voice.
Nah, never mind.
I think that.
I know from Tokyo Drift.
I think it is.
All right, so then I know who you're talking about. That's the lead character from Tokyo Drift. I don't know his name.
Nobody does.
Yeah,
that kid from Sling Blade, just like the one guy will always be the fat kid from Stand By Me.
Yeah,
Jerry,
which
something.
He changed his life around though. Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
he's all Rebecca Romaine right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is not a bad place to be.
No. Who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Back.
Okay, all right, focus. All right, here we go. So those are his accessories. So pick your poison. We still don't really know much about Copperhead. We know he's a gambler. We know he's kind of a hoodlum. I don't mind saying.
Right.
A little bit of a hoodlum. I think this is gonna be an easy one. I think I gotta pick the classified Copperhead. He actually does have tattoo that is on the inside of his forearm that we didn't really get a great shot of, but or any shot of. But
Mhm.
I think that's what I'm going to go with. The original driver is more, the original Copperhead is more of an accessory to the vehicle as opposed to an actual character. So like Wild Bill, we know Wild Bill as who is Wild Bill is, although we haven't done him here, so maybe you don't, but I know him.
That's right.
So it's like that in
That
that
guy's
it's not
smart.
like that.
This guy's smart.
Yeah.
The guy, he got it.
I want to do Wild Bill soon, though. I hope the we get better pictures so we can do a Wild Bill episode because I got a lot to say about Wild Bill.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Was one of your favorites?
No, actually not at all. No, very far down the list. But he was always in the helicopter. You know, he was the pilot. You know, that's
he had
what
the hat that was up one side.
No. That's Recondo.
Okay.
But funny you mentioned that. So we'll go into this later. It's not anything. People are like, "Come on, get to casting call."
What is happening right now? That's what everybody's saying.
What is happening is I'm learning that I should not be rock starring before podcasting.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Everything is coming full circle, but it's only because my mind is everywhere.
You're on it.
So okay, so who is your ultimate Copperhead?
No, I gotta go with the
My
class.
hands shaking? I feel like my hands are shaking.
Your whole face is shaking. So like, and then it's getting to a point like.
Am I still doing Gambit?
The.
All right, Stephen the Writing Dad, pick your poison.
Declassified for me as well. Yeah, I gotta go with that. The when you put the two side by side, there's not a really on the card itself. There's not a lot to go on, right? So my image of this dude is, he's not really. He doesn't have to be a soldier. You know, that he's a criminal. You know, he's a lowlife. But what he was really good at was racing. You know, and that's what he sold his services to Cobra. He found a job. That's all he did. You know what I'm saying? He found the job. So he could be anybody, you know. So but with this, I did like the classified because at least they gave him a gun, you know. If he's competing all over the world, he's gonna know his way around, you know, a weapon or two, especially if he's doing shady stuff like betting on his own races, you know, and getting into with bookies and stuff. So at least there, I like it. You know, he's gotten. I'm going way in on his history because I was just thinking about all of this. You know,
I'm following.
He was a racer. He got into the bad crowd. You know what I'm saying? He lived his life. He got addicted to the adrenaline of racing and gambling at the same time. He ends up finally, you know, owing people some money. They're really bad people, but you know, so he has to take off. He finds Cobra and says, "I'm the best racer ever." You know what I'm saying? He shows what he can do. They hire him on the spot. He got a little bit of protection because he's with Cobra now, you know, and now because of all the stuff he had to do with Cobra, he's a little bit more hardened. You know, that's why he has the guns now. He has the machete. Like you see him chopping through the jungle if he has to, no problem. All right, I'm done. I really went in.
That was awesome. You know, little known trivia fact, the first verse in Living on a Prayer was actually about Copperhead trying to get a job after being kicked out of. Copperhead was a racer. He drove his boats real fast. Then he ran out, and then his career ran out of gas. Ooh, gas. You've got to hold on to what we've got. It doesn't matter if your pistol
won't montage
like shot. Yeah, I don't know. He's got a boat, and that's enough for love to give it a shot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Okay, all right. Woo. Sorry, I'm a little amped right now. Plus, I don't exactly know all the words to that song.
So, listeners, monsters before the podcast or after the podcast?
No, Rockstar
in
Zero.
The comments.
Rockstar Zero. It's got erythritol in it. None of that fake sugar.
There you go. Woo.
Smoking. Okay, so now this is fun. I'm very excited. If you haven't tell, I've been excited this whole show, but I'm very excited for what comes next. Grab the kids, wake them up, grab them, take them out of bed, go get them from school real quick, and then come back and finish this because it is time for. Oh, all right. Oh, I didn't do the graphic. I'm failing. Casting call. So here's the fan favorite, aka casting call. Forgetting how words work. What we do here on casting call, it's when we're looking at the file card. Hang with me. We cast an actor for the character of the day that we're looking at, and the one rule is that we have no rules, except that the one rule is that the character has to be from where the actor has to be from where the character's from. So it's funny because we don't really know where Copperhead's from, so we can manipulate that rule of not having any rules, but there is one rule. So do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
It works every time. Yeah, yes. Why not? I'll go first.
All right.
So, like
who did you pick for Copperhead?
So here's the lead-in. Thinking, I picture him as somewhere from South America. You know what I mean? Like coming back, down into the jungles of the Yucatan, if that's in South America. I don't want any, I swear it is. But anyway, I see him in like the rainforest and jungles, that's where he came from, and that's how he started with the boats and stuff like that. And then he started racing and he worked his way up. That's how my mind sees this dude, right?
Okay.
But now he got in trouble with the bookies. All right. So now he's fast paced, right?
Right.
He likes to live a little dangerous.
Ooh, yeah.
But he's also
South America is a good place to live dangerously.
Yeah, but he's also a little afraid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's running from his bookies. That's why he got the job with Cobra. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
He's like, all right, cool. All right. So my guy is.
All right, hold on. Let me add it to the screen before you say it. Drum roll.
My man, Michael.
Oh, that's kind of going against character for him. I like that.
Yes, and
I like that.
And I explain Michael Pena, man. One, I love him. Incredible range.
Yeah.
Okay? I've seen him in The Watch. He did the Narcos the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that he's in, man, he really gives a great performance, in my opinion. And I can see him being neurotic almost.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him being that, like, I need the fix of the, of going fast, and I'll do whatever I got to do. I can see him being, have a little bit of humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I can see him like just being aggressive, like, as he's played those roles, like, where he's a little bit of has that aggressive streak in him.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
He can play a little unhinged pretty well.
Yes. And that's how I see Copperhead.
I get that. I like that. He was in Jack Ryan, the last season of Jack Ryan. He was very good in that. Yeah. I get that. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. So let me bring up mine.
Interesting. Who you got?
Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Mainly because of Gator, Deliverance, and Smokey and the Bandit.
Okay.
I think he's all people all in one. You know how he does that.
Oh,
The Bayou's baddest good old boy is back. Like I just felt like heavy
okay.
Burt Reynolds vibes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that's who I picked.
All right. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Kurt Ferguson. Oh boy.
I swear, people watching gonna think we had edibles before we started this.
Yeah, yeah. Woo. I am in the Pacific Northwest. But no edibles, just Rockstar Zero.
Yeah.
With a
This
little,
is just natural.
it's natural, but
This is what we do.
it's legal. Well, so is that too, but that's not it. Anyways, so okay, so Burt Reynolds and Michael Pena. You know, I think I'm gonna say you win. I think I really like my Burt Reynolds pick, but I think I like Michael Pena a lot, and he could really bring some. He could really develop Copperhead into something that he hasn't really ever been. Whereas Burt Reynolds would be like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm driving this boat.
Oh, you know what's so crazy?
And there'd be outtakes with Dom DeLuise as Destro, you know.
Dude, the only thing that I can the only thing I've seen Burt Reynolds in movies, right? But the only image that comes to my mind is
the porn guy, right?
What was the movie with Demi Moore? He comes out in Vaseline. Like, was it where?
No, I do not know.
Yes, what
do not
Demi
know what you
Moore
speak.
was it? God, was it? No, God, man, I think I'm mixing up the movies. I could have sworn it was a movie with Demi Moore. She was a stripper or something along those lines.
Well,
And
there was striptease. There was a movie where she was a stripper, but I thought I always think of Boogie Nights for Burt Reynolds. Burt, I'm doing some Googling, so pardon me if I don't act like I'm looking in front of a camera. Burt Reynolds, Demi Moore.
I'm telling you, it's that one scene because he's trying to have
striptease. Yeah, striptease.
Okay, it was striptease. I think he's a senator or something like that, man. And he comes out ready, like he comes out full of Vaseline. Oh Jesus! Oh, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
That character. That's the way I'm picturing him, man. Like, I don't know what that says about me, but
yeah,
when I hear Burt Reynolds, that's the image that comes into my mind because I'm
just covered in Vaseline, huh?
Because he's just like, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Gosh.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
I think we can leave that picture there. All right. Well, this has been a journey.
Yeah.
I don't know if we learned any more about Copperhead, but we know who's going to play him in a movie. Michael Pena. Yeah. But Burt Reynolds can fall back on Trouser Snake.
With the Vaseline. It'll really come in handy.
I'm Trouser Snake. That's all I got for Burt Reynolds. I got nothing else. So that was the show. You're welcome.
And scene.
And if you enjoyed our shenanigans, please be sure to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
It would mean a lot to us.
Like and subscribe.
To do that.
Subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We all have social media accounts and we do social media things. I sometimes take pictures of toys and whatever else, and you can find my stuff in the description, as well as Stephen the Writing Dad, who does what? What do you do, Stephen the Writing Dad?
Well, get on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube page is definitely coming. It's still in the works. So what we do is I try to reach out to fathers out there who's having kids and try to make a community out of just us, just talking
Right.
about what it is to be a father, all the difficulties, the trials, the tribulations, what we teach our kids, because that's really the most important part. We have to teach them to prepare them. And in doing so, we get to learn a lot at the same time.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's good. And when you said trials and tribulations, I thought you were going to say Trouser Snake.
What if I would have just snuck that one in there? Huh?
Yeah, trials, tribulations, Trouser Snakes.
Trouser
Anywho. So that was a show.
You're welcome.
So let's see, that was 2 Cobras there. So we're gonna jump over and do a couple Joes next. I think there's a certain redhead vehicle driver and a cook, a chef.
Okay.
I think they're coming up.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
All right.
Let me look at my calendar of events here. No, I don't know. So they're coming up somewhere, and so hope you enjoyed it. We had a good time making it. Obviously, we didn't get much done, but we sure had fun.
Oh, we had a lot of stuff done. We had a ball.
Yeah, yes, we did. We had a good time. Anyways, thank you for watching, everybody. Yo, Joe.
All right, guys.